Every time it comes out, she's excited that it's pottery time. As soon as I would switch the wheel on, just started trying to tap the wheel and play with it. At first, I was worried about my art and that it maybe wasn't going to be safe at home with Fig around. And it wasn't always, but that's okay. When I finish my piece, she always looks so proud of it as well. Like, yeah, I helped make this. Fig was the type of kitten that just had to be involved in everything, whether it was working on my computer or if I was out in the garden doing gardening. She just had to like stick her head in it and be fully involved and see what you're doing, and then she'll try and join in at the same time. She follows you around everywhere. She doesn't like to be alone. I'm a potter. When I first adopted Figaro, I was at uni, so I was always going into the studio to do all my work. But then COVID, when it got really bad, my university had to shut down. That's when I brought a pottery wheel home and Fig got to see one for the first time, and she like was so curious about what was going on. Fig was immediately intrigued by it. I thought she would check it out and be like, oh, all right, and then move on. But every time I got on the pottery wheel, she would sit and watch me. And then eventually she started even playing with the clay that was on the wheel. First time she sees it, she's immediately getting her paws like all over it, trying to play with it, see what she can do with it. During COVID, it was an everyday thing. I'll get the clay out, and when I'm cutting up the clay, she likes to give it a sniff. As soon as I would switch the wheel on, she would always immediately go sit up on the chair by the wheel. Eventually, I had to set up her own little chair next to my wheel. She would sit on her little stool and she'd watch me, stick her nose in all of the pottery pieces. She loves the mess and how water's kind of flying everywhere and little bits of clay are flying everywhere. It's all very fun for her. It was honestly really lovely. It was something we could do that was spending time together. Normally when I'm in the pottery studio, I'm on my own. So it was quite nice to have company because she just came into my life at a time I needed her. Not just be that companion, but also want to become involved in my other biggest passion in life, which is clay and ceramics. I now have my own studio that's in the city, but I still have my pottery wheel at home that I bring out. Still, every time it comes out, she's excited. Some of the pieces that she first interacted with and kind of touched and adjusted, I just continued working with them and made them into a piece. But a lot of people online were starting to say, oh, can you just like let her adjust it and leave it like that? Maybe I can make like a pretty basic thing and then let her play with it and then consider that the finished art piece. She is actually a good help. I call her my studio assistant. But I think it is just a matter of wanting to be with me and be involved in what I'm doing. It was really exciting and really like heartwarming to see her love something that I love.